anytime I go to see a dermatologist, it's always a very sad and kind of a downer. A couple of months ago, this dermatologist told me that I was having very high inflammation on my scalp or in my body that has translated into my scalp because I was having this extreme burning and itching on my scalp. So he prescribed to me antibiotic. The antibiotic was excellent. It helped me. I was on it for 3 months. In my third month, I developed some sensitivity to the antibiotic. Jury is out if you should be on antibiotic for that long. I was on it for 30, no, I was on it for 90 days. In my third month, I developed some type of sensitivity to the antibiotic. My face started twitching and then I lost taste in my mouth. I lost taste on my tongue. So at the time, I was only taking multivitamin and the antibiotic. So I called the office and I told them, and word got back to me where the nurse called me back and said that the dermatologist said that I should stop taking it. So I stopped taking it. I made a follow-up appointment with my regular medical doctor because I didn't have any taste in my mouth. My medical doctor, she is wonderful. Oh my goodness, it's always such a pleasure to see her. So I went to her, I told her what's that going on, and she said to me, this is after, guys, this is after she gave me a ton of tests. She had me draw blood for all kind of stuff because she was trying to rule out different things that could be possibly going on with me. Of course, after they rule out the big C. So my medical doctor said that from being on that antibiotic for such a long period of time, it's possible that it probably knocked around some of my good bacteria. So she wants me to take probiotic. I thought she was going to give me a prescription for probiotic. She wanted me to take yogurt. She said, "Do you eat yogurt?" I told her, "No, I don't eat yogurt." So she said to me, she wants me to start eating yogurt. I was like, "I don't like yogurt. Why can't I take a pill?" She said, "I would rather you take the live cultures." I said, "Okay." She said, "Do this. Eat some yogurt for 7 days and let's see what happens." Sure enough, guys, taking the Activia for 7 days, cleared it up. The taste came back in my mouth and everything. So I started having some small, tiny itching again on my scalp and a little bit of burning. So I made an appointment with the dermatologist. So this is why yesterday was the appointment and why I walked out this office feeling like down and just feeling hopeless, So I also want to say this. I'm very mindful that whenever I have to talk about my hair, talk about treatment about my hair, sometimes my emotions go up and down. So I keep that in mind that sometimes maybe it's not the dermatologist, but it's all about me. Maybe it's because I'm so emotional when it comes to me losing my hair that is it possible I want to blame the dermatologist because he's not telling me what I want to hear? And what exactly do I want to hear from him? Do I want him to tell me that, "Oh, okay, I have this miracle drugs that, I'm going to put it on top of your scalp and your hair is just going to miraculously grow back overnight"? Is that what I want to hear? Yes, actually. I do want to hear that. Yes. But anyway, guys, no, I just want to say that I'm very mindful of that because I'm so sensitive when I talk about my hair that, this is why I feel sad from talking. But I think that the doctor has a responsibility of being a little sensitive whenever they talk to their clients because I feel so dismissed. I feel like I'm not being heard. But anywho, so this is how the appointment went. I told him my medical doctor said that maybe I should have been taking probiotic with the antibiotic since I was going to be on it for such a long period of time, and maybe it knocked around some of my good bacteria. And then he said, "Are you okay now?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm fine." I said, "The probiotic helped." Long story short, this man's telling me that he don't think the probiotic would have made a difference if I was taking it with the antibiotic. Okay. Okay. So he looked at my scalp. He said it doesn't look that bad. I said, "Doc, when you first saw me, I had no hair on my head. It was completely bald. You probably don't remember, so you don't know what my hair looked like. This is how it looks like now. And I'm having more scarring and more bald spot in my head. I'm losing the hair." So he said that he's going to give me, I should be taking the steroid treatment that they give me. And I said to him that I do take it on occasion when it burns really bad. But sometimes when I put it on my scalp, it burns. It burns a lot. And I asked him if it should be burning. He said it shouldn't burn. I said, yeah, it burn my scalp whenever I take it. Then he said to me, okay, so I'm going to give you this cream rather than the liquid solution. It's like an oil type of cream. Looks like Vaseline. He said, rub this in the balding spot and it should stop the spreading of you losing your hair. I said, okay. I asked him about this device called iRestore because I went out and bought it. And I told him I asked him what's his opinion on it. He says that it's junk. I said, really? I said, they have the scientific study. And I said, it's FDA cleared. He said, yeah, it's cleared, but it's not approved. And he said, FDA cleared mean that the FDA give them permission to sell it to people because even if people use it, even if it doesn't work, it's not going to harm them. I'm like, what? So I said the FDA is in cahoots with people selling stuff that doesn't work? What kind of nonsense? This is what this man telling me. Okay, he's telling me don't use that junk. Then I asked him, okay, the last time I was here when my scalp was on fire, you told me that I'm having high inflammation and we need to manage it. What if I change my diet? I said, I am in the process of starting a anti-inflammatory diet where I eat low inflammation food. Do you think that would help me with my inflammation? This dermatologist said to me, you should always eat healthy, but your diet has nothing to do with you having scarring alopecia. Somehow I find this hard to believe. Somehow I find it hard to believe that changing my diet would directly impact my scalp and the inflammation in my body. So we went back and forth with me asking him a lot of questions. I felt like it was always being dismissed. I just felt it was like a bunch of nonsense. I just felt like I wasn't being heard. I felt like he wasn't really talking to me. Is it because that I'm super sensitive? That because whatever I asked him, he was knocking it down and I'm sensitive to it? Okay, say that's it. But I refuse to believe that my diet wouldn't directly impact inflammation in my body. This is what he said to me. He said my diet has nothing to do with my condition. I am having no support at all from these dermatologists. So even though this dermatologist said to me that my diet has nothing to do with my condition, I am dismissing everything that he told me, especially about my diet, especially about if I start eating an anti-inflammatory type food, I am going to do it anyway. I've started already. Everything that I asked him about, I started already. I started making low inflammation type drinks. I started taking turmeric tea, ginger. I have had bizarre experiences with these dermatologists and I don't know why. Why am I having these experiences with these dermatologists? Very dismissive. I don't know why. What is it about me that every time I go to the dermatologist, I've never had a good experience? Never. I get horrible advice, dismissive advice. I feel as if I'm fighting. Every time I go to the dermatologist, I always feel like I'm fighting, to have a decent conversation. I started my anti-inflammatory food. I started cooking honey and I started sharing my little cooking here on this channel with you guys. And I hope you try some of it because I've been doing my research on low inflammation type food. And trust me, if I talk about a food on my channel, trust and believe it's low inflammation type food. So I started eating red cabbage. Red cabbage is fantastic for low inflammation. This is me right here, honey, making cabbage. So what I do when I make this cabbage, I put it in a big container. And when I eat it and stuff, it's part of my like side dishes and so forth. And this is delicious. Have you ever been to the dermatologist and have a really good experience? Please let me know in the comment section. I'll see you in my next video.